So how would you personally sum up your first season at the Tigers?
First season, a lot of learnings.
Hello and welcome to Win, Learn or Draw. The Tigers don't lose.
They either win or they learn.
The Tigers!
We're in a crocodile roll for our life.
Win and learn from it.
What better person to learn from?
Oh, what are they teaching this place?
Let's go!
Hello and welcome to Win, Win or Win, West Tigers podcast, because all we do is win, apart from one rigged game against South Sydney, which we won't mention. All we do is win, and we did against the New Zealand Warriors, 32-14, a famous Friday afternoon victory. Hammy, we watched it at the Keg and Brew rooftop.
We did.
Sculled a beer at the end of the game. We were that up and about.
Yep.
We also predicted a 13-plus win.
Yeah, it did not come as a shock to us, the result of this game. And
No.
it shouldn't have come as a shock to you either, because all three of us were unanimous here at Winland or Draw HQ that it would be a 13-plus drubbing. And that it was. The line went up as 13.5 points to the Warriors. They clearly got that essentially exactly the wrong way around. In fact, that they could have put a bit more meat on the bone because we beat them by 18. So a famous win that we all saw coming. And if like us, you jumped on at $15 on the 13 plus, congratulations to you.
Which a few punters did. They actually sent a couple of notes in to say, yep, I rode that wagon as well. Because I don't know if you saw the thumbnail on YouTube that we have as well. We put, we will win 13 plus this weekend. So
Was that on the thumbnail as well?
that was on the thumbnail.
Nice.
The writing was on the wall.
Yep.
I also went to the DMA's official 13 plus after party.
Nice. Good of them to put that on so quickly after the...
Well, I think they'd organised it weeks in advance.
in advance. And that was well attended?
Well attended. Probably about 2,000 or 3,000 there.
Yep.
Inner West legends, obviously, so have ties to the club.
Yes.
But I can tell you now that place was popping off.
Rightly so.
And a great ode to the Tigers 13 plus win.
Did they sing the Alex Twile song that we played on the show last week? Not by the DMAs, of course, but I thought maybe as a nice ode to the most informed forward in the comp, they might have just peeled it off.
Hey, can you check the tape a couple of weeks back? I've been calling Twile for Origin.
Yeah.
I think this was his year, right?
Yep.
Training the house down, kind of a leader in the forward pack now. I don't know. I saw Nothing But West Tigers put up a tweet saying New South Wales.
Oh, that is great. That is just great chat. It started off kind of as a bit of a joke because we love Twiley, just a bit of a cult hero. But the footy he's playing and the nick that he's in, it's getting to a bit of a point now where he, like, I wouldn't actually be surprised if you saw him named in a squad.
He'll at least be in the squad, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Whether he can get in that 19-man kind of squad and work his way onto the bench, I think it remains to be seen. But he wouldn't look out of place.
I don't think he would at all, especially given some of the forwards that have been picked over the last few years, like complete bolters.
Oh, like Max King from the Bulldogs. Can't spell Bulldogs without 2 L's, can you? That is such a crap team.
Yeah.
They are dreadful.
Yes. And you love to see it, don't you?
You kind of do.
Yeah.
You kind of do. And like, I don't know. I don't want to hate on anyone, but I'll hate on
But I will.
Maddie, were you able to watch the Tigers game on Friday night?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I was like about 20, 30 minutes into the game. I can't remember who was commentating, but they were like, oh, the Warriors have this kind of trouble sometimes where they dominate for a while, but it doesn't kind of reflect on the scoreboard. And I remember thinking, oh, they still look like they're pretty comfortable here.
Yeah.
And then the game just flipped on its head. And I was watching while I was making dinner. And so I was watching, but I wasn't watching like as close as you guys were. But like every time I looked up, it seemed like Adam Dewey was creating space for someone.
Honestly.
It was unbelievable.
The fish market king.
The fish market king. That Murray cod was as good as you can get. I love winning on a Friday as well. And you just strut
Good
around.
Friday.
You strut around like the rest of the weekend, don't you? Like the Telstra ad.
Yeah.
Just arms swinging, chest out, whistling away.
Yeah.
It was an amazing victory to be a part of. Yeah, okay. I'll take that.
Yeah. They couldn't have done it without us. That's for sure.
How's this though? On the back of a 9-3 penalty count.
Yep.
42 tackles inside own 20, 19 missed tackles, and a patch together back line, and we still win.
We're still nowhere near at full strength. That's the other thing
Not
as
even
well.
close.
Yeah.
Look at our outs.
Yep.
Taylor May, Stafford Toa, Jerome Lua.
Yep.
Like 3 of our best attacking weapons.
Absolutely.
Undoubtedly.
And also kind of, very important for our defensive makeup as well. A lot of young guys in the back line there, a lot of guys kind of playing out of position, doing the team thing. A couple of guys who probably, by their own admission, didn't have their best game as well in that back line. But despite all of that, comfortable winners. So it's good signs at the moment for the boys.
Correct. We'll go into 6 again straight away. Ding, ding.
Yep.
Tackle 1 is about the famous win. So you've put here broke the 9-game streak.
Yeah.
So we hadn't beaten them in 9 attempts.
I believe so. I believe it had been something since like 2020 or something like that we hadn't actually beaten the New Zealand
I think it was
Warriors.
2019.
2019.
So pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID. Wow.
Yep. And also, Vossi mentioned it at halftime. It was the first time we'd taken a halftime lead into a game against New Zealand in New Zealand for 21 years.
Wow.
Last time was 2005.
What a year.
Christchurch, and that was our home game. Do you remember we used to take a home game against
Yeah.
the Warriors over to New Zealand?
The 15th wonder. Christchurch.
Jade, it was called. Jade Stadium.
No longer there, impacted by the earthquake.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So we won't be taking any halftime leads into that stadium.
No, we
ever
won't.
again, unlikely.
But I tell you what, get used to these halftime leads because as we quite rightly pointed out on the Keegan Brew rooftop, that used to be the 5 to 10 minutes before halftime and the 5 to 10 minutes after halftime were our Achilles heel for so long. That is where we would just completely shit the bed. No more. And you touched on it. The fitness standards, the floggings that Benji gave the boys in the preseason camp are coming to fruition at the moment because it happened last week at Gosford.
Yeah.
We put on 14 points in 5 minutes.
Almost rinse and repeat, right?
It is. Control C, Control V. Did it again over in New Zealand. So,
yeah.
though I'm loving seeing the fact that that's been such a pain point. That's the area where we're thriving at the moment, which I'm enjoying.
True. If we patch it all together, the first 20, 30 minutes, also probably a little bit of work needed on our left side defence. They really went after Madden and Macassini on Friday night. Macassini had a game to forget, but everyone needs a game to forget in their first kind of 10 games, right?
That's right.
So
poor bloke. I really want to see. I just want to see him get a run on the wing. I know he's come through the centres as a young player and all that sort of thing, but it's different gravy playing in the NRL.
Yeah.
He's had some very experienced players kind of sent a lot of traffic his way in the last couple of weeks. The Rabbitohs did it really well. Jack White and gave him a bit of a lesson. And then again, on Friday, the Warriors, some big bodies, running at an 18-year-old. Look, he had a few errors there in defence, a couple of handling errors.
Yeah.
But I will say he didn't stop trying. And, they came hard at him, like Fisher Harris and stuff. They whacked him a few times and the ball came loose. But he also put a few solid shots on, I will say, towards the end of the game. So despite the fact that he had a couple of moments to forget, right till the end, he kept showing, like he didn't go into his shell. That was the one kind of silver lining I took from it. But I do want to see him just get a bit of freedom, play on the wing like he did in the preseason, get into a bit of space, take the defensive decision-making kind of thing out of the game, just simplify it. I think that would set him up a little bit better. So
would you be slotting Paddy Herbert in there?
I like Paddy Herbert.
Yeah.
Again, what we saw in the trials, he just hits hard, defends really well.
Yeah.
Short, you don't need him to do anything too flashy. Just give the ball to Macassini. So,
yeah, no, it's a good call. I think he kind of personified probably the theme of the game, which was resilience, right? Like being down 10-0, down on troops. He, like you said, never gave up. He got whacked so many times, lost the ball, made some shocking defensive reads, but still just hung in there for the 80 minutes and, 18-point winners. So he'll be back bigger and better as a result of that.
Another one, can we just, address the headgear in the room? Every time he takes it off, he just turns into a far better player. So is there a reason why we're running out with it for the start of the game?
I don't know. It comes off really easily
It
as
does.
well.
Talis Duncan used to do it for the Rabbitohs, Matty. For some reason, he would always do it because I think his mum always insisted that he'd go out on the field with the headgear on. Is that right?
Yep, and he didn't like it, so he'd run on with the headgear, and then at some point he'd just rip it off. So he did that for about 2 years, but now I don't think he wears it at all.
Yeah, and he's playing some great footy. I wonder if maybe Macassini just, is it time to maybe just lose it?
Well, it's interesting because I was playing Rugby League 26 last night, and Talis Duncan has headgear in that game. So
Interesting.
They don't have that feature yet where you can take the headgear off mid-game, but
That's interesting because that was such a well-made game.
it's improved, I will say. They've brought out at least 225 patches, and it has improved, but It's a long way to go. We haven't got a tackle for him here, but I'd just like to mention before we move on, Mr. 305, Tino Tavana. He's
Pitbull.
305th player for the West Tigers.
Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah, Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Out Wide.
Mr. Out Wide. Geez, he looks good in the air.
Yes.
That's been always his strength. He's not your traditional big, lug it out of the 20 kind of winger. But he looked comfortable. Scored a try.
Yes. He did.
Yeah,
Play on the other
impressed.
side. He played when he scored that gravity-defying try in the preseason, he played on the other side, on the left.
No, that was on the right. Oh, no, sorry, you're right. In the trials. I see what you mean.
Yes.
Yes.
But this week it was on the
Yes.
right.
Yep.
I got to be honest. I know he didn't have his best game in Gosford. In fact, he had a pretty poor game, Skelton. But given how well he played the week before against the Cowboy, he kept 230 metres in 60 minutes when he came on. I was surprised to see Skelton not in the side.
Yep.
But Tavana played very well. So
I think it must, Benji's setting these really lofty standards at training as well. So maybe behind closed doors there was something that was amiss with Skelton this week. So maybe it had something to do with that. But I know we got dispensation for Tavana to play. So we were saying in the orange room, I don't know if someone not, quite being up to scratch is enough to get dispensation
yeah.
of a player outside the 30 to come in and play.
Interesting. Well, anyway, glad we got that dispensation. He did very well.
He did.
And 260 any time, I think, which Tyson Jackson had.
Yeah, big T-Jack.
Yeah.
Obviously watched the game with him.
Yep.
Represented Malta at International Rugby League, played against Lebanon.
Oh, did he?
There you go. If you don't know who Tyson Jackson is, check out the Bloke in the Bar podcast.
Well, you get out from under the rock you've been.
Yeah.
Good question. Did Skelton, was he on the 19-man
Yep.
squad? That's probably how they got dispensation. It's probably not enough players. And they just needed to fill 19.
Okay.
And then whatever order it comes in is irrelevant, I guess, to that.
Right.
I don't know. That maybe just came in my head. But.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess they had Skelton on there in case Tavana was having a rough night and was going to slot him in there. But all in all, yeah, very impressed. He'll have a really bright future ahead of him.
I think so.
Tavana, for sure.
Gary.
Tackle 2 deserve their own tackle.
They do.
The halves.
Yeah.
I mean, considering, as Maddie mentioned in the orange room, a week ago, we were like, who is going to play halves?
Yeah.
Like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
I think we said 2 halves make a hole, and we're in one right now. We are so far from being in a hole with these two guys. They just gelled.
We're in a trench, baby. Very
we
different.
are in the Mariana. They just gelled so well. Benji mentioned afterwards, so Dewey, obviously, we thought it was a Ryan Goodman on the back of his leg. Turned out it was more of a groin strain. So that helps his recovery immensely, and obviously got him on the field.
Yeah, he couldn't even walk off the field the previous week, but
he's obviously very wary of his injuries as well because he's had a horror run over his career.
Of course. In fact, and I was kind of the mind like, do we bother risking him for this game? Like, do you make him fly over there with like a soft tissue? Anyway, they got him over there and he didn't miss a beat. He looked outstanding. Probably one of the best players on the field.
I think he was the best.
Yeah.
Well, he certainly, most of our points came off the back of his amazing kind of line breaks and, line break assists and whatnot. He and we've said it time and time again, it's like when he has the ball, everyone slows down around him for some reason. It's like he just kind of plays at his pace and everyone just watches him do what he needs to do.
It's like he's playing Mario Kart and he's got the star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or he's like, it's like on click, he plays in slow, the movie where Adam Sandler has the remote and he presses slow motion and everyone else goes in slow motion.
Yeah.
And he just goes through.
Or Hammy from Over the Hedge. Remember that movie? That
great
squirrel
movie.
Played by Steve Carell.
Yeah.
Who goes really fast and everything just goes in slow motion.
Or that guy in X-Men who runs around. Anyway.
I haven't seen X-Men, sorry.
Oh, no, all good. There's lots of them. 77 minutes, 2 line breaks, 2 try assists, 1 line break assist, 14 runs for 210 metres and 9 tackle breaks. For a bloke that was not limping around the fish market a week earlier, it's just an incredible effort. I don't know if he got all 6 Dally-M points, but it would have been up there, I reckon.
100%. Yeah.
Phenomenal effort from Dewey. Now, the angle that Benji took with this is that the only reason he could do this is because he had a halves partner that allowed him.
Yeah.
So, again, subsection B of tackle 2, Jock Madden.
Yep. The strap.
The strap. And you wanted to...
well, I think we both should. As
yeah,
homage
okay.
to Jock Madden.
Yep.
Don't know if you can see him there. I should have worn some. They're a different colour, but... We salute you, sir.
Just wearing our jocks on the outside of our pants today in honour of Jock Madden.
Jocks Out For Jock.
Yeah. Walk out with
and
your
we
jocks
encourage
out.
you, wherever you might be listening as well, you know, if you're going into work or whatever it might be, get your jocks out for Jock. Wear them on the outside.
Let's say an example. Say you're going into paint today and you're a painter.
Yep.
In, I don't know, let's say Newcastle.
Yeah, just do that.
Wear your jocks outside your pants today because a phenomenal effort from Madden 27.
Yep. This is a week-long celebration, by the way. If you're a listener and you want to get your jocks out for Jock, tag Win, Learn or Draw on your Instagram post or story.
Please do.
Use the hashtag Jocks Out For Jock, and we'll share some of the best ones.
If
Might
you
even be able to find a hat or something for the best one that comes through.
Yeah, I reckon we
Win,
can
Learn or
find a
Draw
hat.
hat.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Or Win, Learn or Draw jocks. That'd be good.
Now we're talking.
So Benji had to say on it, really proud of him to play about Dewey, but he had a halves partner who played no footy this year. So Madden's been on the bench and not playing a minute. He's been on the bench 2 games, biding his time. He had a great preseason. Thought he was the difference tonight. He put Adam in a position so he could just run. He did all the kicking, took the pressure off Adam, and just let him play. And it was so evident that that's what kind of happened. The other part of the Jock Madden story this week,
Yeah, huge.
which Maddie shared with us in the Win, Learn or Dine WhatsApp, which originated when we went to Mr. Wong that time.
Good times.
Jock Madden's grandfather passed away last week and he didn't make the funeral because he wanted to play tonight. Jock said his grandfather would have wanted him to play. What a story.
Unbelievable. Yeah, to you know, obviously to go through that in the first place, very very tough thing to go through, and then you know, to make the call to he missed the funeral so that he could play. That's what his grandfather would have wanted, and Benji said it in the press conference how proud his grandfather would have been with that performance. Like, he was unbelievable. Really didn't miss a beat. Puts a Tigers fan at ease, knowing the next, obviously Jerome Luai's a big loss, but I mean, what a depth signing. You know, we spoke about it at the time when we got him back to the club. Just the perfect guy to kind of, for this sort of situation, you don't really miss a great deal, or, you know, you can still get out there and have someone who can steer the team around the park. Yeah, he was outstanding. He'd be in the top 2 or 3 players on the field as well.
I'll pose a question to you because I did see it as part of the comments. Does he solidify his spot now? Like, him and I think we are in camp Luai Dewey for as long as possible.
Yeah.
But does he somehow get in that halves pairing and push Dewey to lock, or push Dewey to center? Or
no, I don't think so. I don't think he does that. But I think what he does, he gives you some peace of mind if one of those guys who are, you know, they've got a couple of injuries in them through a season, probably. He just gives you a bit of peace of mind that you can put someone in there and you're not going to drop off too much.
Now, another little spanner in the works as well. A good spanner, though.
Yep.
Latu Fainu, back playing footy again.
Yep.
Came off the bench. Very well known for his direct play, right? So he kind of really sharpens up our attack and he makes us very, very direct. So his first involvement, again, another tweet from Nothing But West Tigers, first involvement after a shoulder Rico was using said shoulder to force an error in a one-on-one tackle with Jackson Ford. So his defense or his tackling is fantastic, right? Got a big bopper like Jackson Ford.
Yeah.
What role
leading the Dally M's as well, Jackson Ford.
Yeah, Dally M leader Jackson Ford.
Yeah.
What role do you see him playing in and amongst that?
Well, I love what I saw. You know, obviously there's been a bit of chat that we've had and others have had. You know, Deer sending back to the Reggies to learn how to lead a team around the park, and, you know, long term. He probably has to do that at periods through the season, but for this game, he came on and gave you the exact sort of impact you wanted. You know, didn't miss a beat in defence, brought a bit of energy, did kind of straighten up the play a couple of times. He's so good when he's at his best.
Yeah.
And we saw the best of him the other day.
Yeah, we absolutely did.
So there's going to be times, I think, this year where we're going to have to go, no, we need you to go and play 80. Maybe it's, you know, half the games through the year or something like that, but you need him to get those reps of running a team.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
there's going to be times as well, and I think in the games where the whips are cracking, it's probably worth having him play this sort of role. 10 or 15 minutes of that is going to be very beneficial and could be the difference in a couple of games.
Matty, keen to hear your thoughts as in, well, you were an outsider until 34 episodes of Win, Learn or Draw, but what's your half, like say Luai's fit, how does it all look within the 19 for you?
You know, it's a really tough question based off what happened on Friday. And look, Luai being out for another, I think it's 3 games is horrendous, right? Obviously, it's not good at all. But you got to pull shining lights out of some things. And I reckon this 3 weeks is going to be, it's going to answer a lot of questions. Like, for example, in the first 3 rounds of the Warriors season, I know it's ironic that you guys beat the Warriors, but like Tanner Boyd killed it so much that he simply was undroppable.
Yeah.
Could Jock Madden become undroppable?
Yeah.
It's possible. So
That's a good point.
There's no answer right now because I'm just keen to see what happens in the next 3 weeks. And if you guys get 3 more wins and he is like a really important part of that, like he was on Friday, what happens? I don't know.
It's a great question. And it's a good problem to have,
For sure.
except for the Warriors, because that didn't work out very well.
Did not.
Yeah.
To be fair though, they did change their team. Like they put Metcalf back in.
Yeah.
And I guess you would do the same as well because Luai would come back in. But it shows that a winning team, no matter who you put back in, if you disrupt it, you can disrupt it. So, yeah, interesting times for the Tigers.
Take note, Canterbury Bulldogs.
Yeah. A little bit late for that.
Okay, so, yeah. I guess it remains to be seen how this all plays out. But, yeah, like I said, good problem to have. Tackle 3, deserve their own tackle. The JFTA Petrochemicals Engine Room. Can I read you out a stat, Hammy?
Certainly.
Accumulatively, 280 tackles across the engine room, 5 missed.
Wow.
Against the Warriors.
What's that?
Against
What's that
Dally
as
M leader Jackson Ford.
Oh,
I'll give you a play-by-play on each.
yes.
12, 48 made, 1 missed. New South Wales. Appy, 47 made, 1 missed. Sam Fainu, 42 and 0. Sounds like Floyd Mayweather. Boxing record at the moment. T-May, 43 and 0. KPP, 41, 1 missed. Pole, 26, 1 missed. And the bench together, 68
Mariana Bench.
Mariana bench. 68 made.
One short of where they would have liked to have been.
Yeah, I know. That one missed. Wonder who it was. We'll have to find out.
Yeah.
So 280 tackles
Say
made,
Barge.
5 missed. Yeah, I didn't want to lay blame. It's just incredible effort against a big pack. We spoke about Twile at the top of the show, and I heard this mentioned on another show, but perhaps the most improved player in the NRL,
Yeah.
not just the West Tigers.
I-
He flicked past to Jareem Buller for a line break.
That was crazy. That was
Like-
crazy down the middle.
Who is he?
Yeah.
Sam Burgess?
Well, if Sam Burgess is lucky. Yeah, some of the offloading and stuff that he's doing at the moment is unreal. He's really added that string to his bow this year. Obviously, Benji's keen to kind of play that style of footy, keep the ball moving and all that sort of thing. So he has been outstanding. And I honestly think he's a smoky for Origin selection in a couple of weeks' time. In great form, in great nick. He was amazing the other day, for sure.
For sure. And the big call out to our 2 back rowers as well. So they're playing 80 minutes a week now. They're attacking weapons, both of them. They're both huge boys.
Yep.
But they're also defensively sound.
Yes.
Like, for the most part, obviously.
Yep.
I mean, 83 tackles between the 2 of them, 1 missed. That's incredible. KPP, what a signing.
Hype is 12.
Like Pommy Jack was saying, did his dad play rugby or something? I know that name.
Yeah.
And we looked it up and he went, oh, no, I'm thinking of Paul Pierce, played for the Boston Celtics.
I can see where the mistake has come there.
Yeah. Well, the name's very similar. It's, those 2 are just playing out of their skin.
Is that was his 4th try? Yeah, he got 2 at Leichhardt. Did he get one against?
No, it was his 3rd. 33 games.
That's amazing though. Considering he only scored 3 in 45 games for the Knights.
I know.
He's really kind of. It's good to see now we're getting to a point where players are arriving at the Tigers and then discovering their best footy.
Yeah.
It hasn't always kind of traditionally
that's
worked like
true.
that. So we're in a nice spot at the moment.
Well, coincidentally, we're also signing players that have a lot of footy ahead of them.
Yes.
Rather than at the end of their career.
Absolutely. It's a good time to be there. But yeah, he's hit the ground running and playing some awesome footy. Kai Pearce-Paul. The kind of the Kai Pearce-Paul that Guru's talked up when he was coming over from the Super League. So.
Well, he was at the Keg and Brew with us. The Keg and Brew.
The Keg and
Brew. And you couldn't wipe the smile off his face when
Yeah.
KPP scored that try because he's like, I've been saying this for years and years and years. And,
Yeah.
and the Tigers are finally letting him play a bit of footy, which we knew was going to happen. You know, Bulldogs attacking coach Adam O'Brien. But I can't even say that. I can't even finish the sentence. Always told him to put his offload away,
Yep.
right? So
Good attack
actually,
that.
just back on that, do the Bulldogs even have an attacking?
They do.
Incredible. Now, these guys, 11, 12, 13, they're playing big minutes. They're tackling their hearts out. They're playing really good footy. What it's essentially doing is taking a lot of pressure off Terrell May as well. He was a one-man band last year in a lot of the games. Whereas this year he's playing normal amount of minutes.
Yes.
Pumping out 43 tackles without missing them. He's taking his hit-ups. The engine room is just gelling perfectly.
It's humming, isn't it? A well-oiled machine, if you will.
Yes.
50. What's he playing? 50 minutes. You like to see that. That's sustainable. You can kind of keep that up through the year. Keep that good quality footy coming from Terrell May. So it's good to see he hasn't got to do everything himself this year, which is probably at times he did last year.
And then you got your Sione Fainu, Sabaj, and Pole just making it a fully well-rounded engine room.
I'm loving 10 to
Playing
15
short
minutes of Sabaj, of chaos off the bench. That's a great way to use him. I reckon just let the mongrel, let him get out there and rip and tear. So when he had to spend too much time out on the field last year, I think that's where the fatigue had come in, the silly penalties had come in. You're letting him on there when he's fresh at the end of a game and the other team's tired. I think his first couple of rounds have been really good. And
you could just imagine him kind of in the straitjacket, a muzzle on.
Yeah.
All right, unleash the Sabaj.
Chugga.
Okay, tackle 4. Now,
yeah,
there's an ad that's gone up recently.
Yep.
Football operations senior manager at the West Tigers.
Yeah.
Now, we were discussing a bit of a Step Brothers interview style scenario.
Yes. Tuxedos. Get the tuxedos, they're ironic.
Should we apply for the role? What do you reckon?
I think we should. It's just, as soon as we saw the title for this role, our ears instantly pricked up, and a lot of people kind of forwarded it to us and said, this has just got you guys written all over it. So,
well, if you go word by word, football, we know football.
Yeah.
Operations.
Love operations.
One of our strengths.
So good.
Senior.
Yep. Well, we're both getting on a bit, aren't we? Both sort of mature
And
age.
managers.
And managers.
Yeah. I mean,
managed to do a podcast each week. Job.
Jobs
are important.
Jobs are what make the world go round.
They do.
Let me read the description out to you
Please.
and see if you can handle it.
Yep.
Reporting directly to the head coach, aka
Love Benji.
King Benji. This senior position is responsible for the planning, organisation and delivery of all operational, administrative and logistical aspects of the NRL football program.
Yep.
You will ensure the seamless day-to-day running of football operations while acting as a key advisor and support to the head coach and executive team.
Yep.
The role is integral to the performance, culture, and compliance of the NRL football department and requires strong leadership, sound judgment, and deep knowledge of elite sporting environments.
No one has got more knowledge than us. Some of the most educated fans in the game, West Tigers fans.
And we'd half the salary too, so
yeah,
you wouldn't even have to pay us.
Yeah, 60-40.
Well, we get Matt involved as well.
Might be a discussion for offline, that one.
Okay.
We'll come back to it. But I think this is just us, isn't it? We'd be a great fit for this role.
Absolutely. The only drama I see is that I went on there yesterday and it says applications closed.
Yeah, I saw that as well. That's only a minor sort of clerical. I mean, I'd hate to think that'd be an obstacle. If the right candidate came along, just because the applications were closed, I think that would be a silly way to kind of run your recruiting.
The only thing is they might go, so you can't operate or manage the ability to get an application in on time. Don't know how you could apply for this role.
Yeah, they might. But they also might be so impressed by the quality of the application. And they're kind of the two-pronged application. It'd be a bit like when the Ipswich Jets employed the Walker brothers to kind of coach their team. And look what happened there. They won several Queensland Cups, I believe, or at least one.
No, one.
They won one. So
all you need to do is win one.
Exactly.
That's all anyone remembers.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, let's apply. Langy, if you could get them in touch with us.
Yeah, and reopen that application portal. That would be a big help.
Very, very keen on that.
Yeah.
Tackle 5, Reggies wrap.
Oh, how are the Reggies going?
Mate, there's a few things to uncover here. It's mostly positive. We'll start with the negative. We learned against the Wars in New South Wales Cup 29-28. So we're up 28-22 with about 7 minutes to go. Then Bishop Neal. You might need to remember that name. 17 years old, scored a double.
Great name, Bishop Neal.
Roo was proper. Can't be anything him on Friday. 17 years old, scored to level the scores, and then Luke Hansen, NRL debut the week before.
Yes.
Kicked the game winner to go 29-28 up. One thing you got to flag, though, 2 tries to Jack Attard.
The fullback. Yep.
So watch out, Buller. Don't get too complacent, mate.
Yeah.
You know, the Bulldogs, they're calling, but I wouldn't
If you want to
there.
go and flush your career down the toilet. But yeah, I guess. Going to stay at a premiership threat / powerhouse. You know, just have a think about that.
And just think that there is a young fullback breathing down your neck. So he played well on the weekend, Buller. He did.
Yep.
He did what he needed to do.
He did good support play. Nice try.
We got 2 tries to Solomon Sakuru. Do you know the name? Now, when I was on the NRL Boom Rookies podcast, they were saying, where's he at? Because he's had big raps on him as well. Really young guy, centre. I think he played winger on the weekend, though. But, yeah, a couple of tries to him as well.
Yep.
And then a try to Javon Andrews.
Oh, nice.
So all the bright lights shining very well down there in Reggies.
Yeah, and that's like to go over there because they won it last year, the Warriors.
Correct.
So, you know, and to do it over there, they haven't disgraced themselves by any means there. 29-28, that's a pretty gallant effort. Shannon Gilland.
The only issue is there's now 3 lessons in a row for the New South Wales Cup team.
Yeah.
We're currently 11th out of 14. But
Can they apply those learnings next week?
That's
the question.
That's right. 3 lessons in a row, triple period. They'll be on the winning boat, I think, next week.
So.
Just quickly on Flegg, we won 36-30. We're now in second.
Oh, yeah.
We beat the Warriors at Bruce Pullman Park in Takanini. You ever been to Bruce Pullman Park?
I hear it's beautiful this time of year, but no, I haven't.
There's Shane Sultana.
Oh,
Probably another name you need to remember.
any relation to Tash?
I'd say, I don't know how many Sultanas there are in Australia, but
Welcome to the jungle.
oh, synergy there. Remember the name. So he has currently only learned 4 times in 18 games as head coach of the Jersey Flegg team. Came up from SG Ball. Looked on his LinkedIn. He's currently a PE teacher as well.
Double threat.
Well, yeah, triple threat. Can also play with his niece, Tash, on the music scene.
Nice.
But also a coach. But yes, big raps on Shane Sultana at the moment and doing very well. Very good things for Flegg team. SG Ball, we beat the Warriors 32-26. Harold Matts, we beat the Warriors 26-16. Almost got the clean sweep apart from that 29-28 loss in New South Wales Cup.
Yep.
And then big moment for our under-18s and under-16s. Now, these tournaments or these competitions are regional. So it's MacArthur.
Okay.
MacArthur West Tigers, right?
MacArthur FC.
So we defeated the Northern Rivers Titans 40-22 to win the Laurie Daly Cup. Went through the whole season undefeated, under 18s.
Nice.
And then MacArthur West Tigers defeated Newcastle Maitland Region Knights. So everyone's just sneaking in a little bit of a region in there.
Yep.
26-16 to win the Andrew Johns Cup.
How good?
Undefeated as well. So the future, SG Ball, Harold Martz, Andrew Johns Cup, Laurie Daly Cup, won all of them.
Yep.
Tell you what, I don't know if you remember a few years ago, but I think we won the spoon in every division.
Yep. The future is bright. Things
That
are
was,
turning around.
of course, PL, pre-Langy.
Yep.
Now we are AL.
Yep.
After Langy.
And you'll leave after Langy. Yeah. Wonder how many Roosters recruiters were watching those games over the weekend, ready to try to pillage our pathway system.
We're a big club now, Hammy.
We are a destination club. Hopefully those kids understand that. Stay with us. Future's bright.
Yep.
If you're going to keep that success, stick with your mates who you've just knocked everybody else off with.
Yep.
Stick around and do the damn thing in the first grade team. That'd be great to see.
I mean, the future is bright. Future is bright. Now, tackle 6.
Yes.
You've got a poem that you want to read.
Well, yeah, this one came in when I was going through the raw emotions over the weekend. And we had Sean Cox reached out.
Yep.
And he didn't leave a raw emotion, but he had written quite a lengthy poem. So this was at 9:37 p.m. So I know we're about to do raw emotion.
On Friday?
On Friday.
37 on Friday.
This
will be good.
We're going to get to raw emotions a bit later in the show, but this one came through and I thought, why not? We haven't had a bit of poetry on the show in too long. So let's get it on. All right. Sean Cox. The 2026 Tigers, myth in motion. They don't play footy, they part the ocean. Black and gold like dawn's first light. Every Friday turns to fright. Adam Dewey, conductor of fate, steps through defenders like opening gates. Jock Madden's boot painting arcs in the air. Scoreboard ticking before the Wars know they're there. Terrell May thunders, earth gives way. 3 defenders, he'll drag them along all day. Offloads fly like comets untamed. every carry a highlight framed. Sinir Taruva, lightning in boots. Sideline chalk turns into shooting roots. He dives in corners, physics denies, plucks tries straight out of impossible skies. Royce Hunt bellows, the middle ignites, collision echoes through Auckland suburban nights. Props retreat when he starts his run because stopping him simply isn't done. The pack rolls forward, unstoppable tide, halves green wide with oceans to glide. Crowds rise early, they already know, another Tigers avalanche about to flow. They don't chase 05 glory, it chases them with a premiership glitter on every hem. Thoughts?
Well done, Coxie.
Good stuff, Coxie. Bit of bush poetry for tackle 6.
Any AI involvement there, you reckon? No.
Couldn't imagine so.
No.
No,
Not with
that
Sean
came
Cox.
straight from the Cox.
Cox out. Well done, Coxie. That's really good stuff. And he raised a salient point about a couple of players we didn't mention earlier on. Sinir Taruva, blinder of a game.
Yep.
He is just looking better and better and better the more games he gets in the Tigers jersey.
And,
Royce Hunt.
Doing the team. Oh, yeah, Roy. Back fence Royce. Absolutely killing it.
Seriously, what impact he's having. Like the role he was born to play.
Legit.
He's finally kind of stepping up into those boots.
Absolutely. Pour one out, though, for back fence Bunty, who went over to New Zealand to play against his old team. And shout out to the league fanatic.
The NRL fanatic, yeah.
Who was over there, friend of the show.
And Matty G.
And Matty G, they were there together. NRL fanatic made a big sign. I flew 2,220 kilometres to see back fence Bunty, but he was playing cup. So I think they might have missed him. Yeah. Anyway, good on him anyway. Bunty for having a rip in the cup team, but hopefully we can see him in the first grade side soon. But he and Royce Hunt both had a huge preseason and trimmed down a bit. Good to see the fruits of their labour paying off. Royce Hunt absolutely killing it at the moment.
Yep.
What a
very
try.
Pivotal try just before halftime.
He wasn't going to make the same mistake 2 weeks in a row, was he? Get held up and denied.
I mean, if we just playing that same play, happy short ball to Royce Hunt, it's working
Hook it to my veins.
most weeks. That's the 6 again. Ding, ding, we're all done. Let's go to a quick ad break. Good news. Punters will be very happy with this. The students over the moon. We've enabled ads on YouTube. Now I just need to figure out how to get them in the middle of the video because they're just pre-rolled.
You may have already copped a KFC ad 5 to 10 minutes ago, but it's supposed to go here.
Here it is. KFC, take it away. All right, great ad break. Time for the top 05.
Lovely. Now, I believe you're up today because I didn't prepare one. And I can see in the document that, there is a little bit of a space that's been left aside.
Now, I must admit, this was a very late pull together of a top 05.
That's fine.
Can you find the top 05 song?
Oh,
You seem to find it a bit quicker
by
than I can.
Lockie. Yeah. You, I believe you
We need to get him his royalties.
WhatsApped it to me the other week.
Oh, yeah, but that chap's flooded with...
Great content, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. Bear with me. Oh, here we go. I've got it here.
All right,
Let
beautiful.
me pump that music. All right, here we go. Time for the top 05.
Now, no copyright issues there because Lockie Pring made that song from scratch. So, top 05.
Thanks, Lockie.
Thank you, Lockie Pring. Top 05 Corys who have ever played for the West Side.
Wow. What inspired this?
I think I was looking at the list of West Tigers players of all time.
Yeah.
And I was like, geez, there's a fair few Corys in there.
Yeah. And there was 5?
No.
Oh.
So this might be an issue.
Okay.
So obviously a great Simpsons reference to the Corey hotline.
Yep.
So top 05 Corey hotline. Corey's
Allegory.
Allegory,
Story.
Montessori.
Yeah.
Lots of words around with Corey. Going to start with number 1. And it's going to be a bit of a shaky start because this guy never played NRL, but he did play pathways for the Tigers. Corey Brown, remember him?
No.
I didn't think so.
Any relation to Mitch Brown?
Quite possibly.
Backfence Brown?
Prolific try scorer for Sydney club Northern Suburbs and played for the Western Force in the Super Rugby.
Okay.
Before moving to the Tigers. He spent the 2014
Jared Saffy walked so he could run.
He spent the 2014 season primarily as a winger in New South Wales Cup for the Tigers, noted for his speed and finishing ability. Now, this is what he might most be remembered for. Probably not by us, but he did a lot of community work. Very active in our community program, so visiting schools and whatnot in 2014. 2014, rough year for us, I'm assuming, because we didn't make the 8. We didn't make the 8 in 2014, did we?
No, he didn't.
Despite being considered a potential backup for Pat Richards, he did not break the NRL squad and moved to Newtown in 2015 and has never played NRL since.
Okay.
So very lucky to make the list.
Yep. Yeah, you could argue that. You said he was involved in the community, the kind of the visiting schools program.
Sure.
2014.
Yeah.
Is that sort of the Yelene Gordon sort of era of visiting schools and drawing a dick on the whiteboard sort of?
Maybe.
Yeah.
And there's guys whose names are Corey who don't have a very good track record of visiting schools.
Oh,
If you remember the Corey Harawira
yes.
debacle from a couple of years
I
back.
do recall.
He's never really rebounded from that, has he? Or Jaden Ockenball. Where's he?
Don't know.
I think Ockenball's in Super League.
Yep.
Did Harawira and
He
Naira
went to the Raiders, didn't he?
was it
Harawira?
him that had that bit of an episode on the field?
Yeah. Some heavy contact.
I was there. I remember it was against South, and I was randomly just looking at him, and he just dropped out of nowhere. I was like, "The fuck?"
Yeah.
And
he did go to the Raiders and play some good footy. For
Good player.
Yeah, he's a great player.
Good player. Yeah.
All the best to Corey Harawira. Unfortunately, didn't make this list because he's never had anything to do with the West Tigers.
I tell you,
Pretty
Yelene-
much like Corey Brown.
Yelene Gordon whiteboard saga is hilarious.
Talk me through that. I don't know. I remember Buddy
Well,
Gordon.
I only remember the lose because he came to the club. He again didn't play a game in first grade, but there was basically drew a dick on a whiteboard.
Yeah, it was either drew a dick on a whiteboard or like signed in with a inappropriate name or something. Something
Brilliant.
very childish,
Yeah.
but hilarious.
And show the door, and then went to the Wyong Roos, I believe.
Hammy, he's been to 50 clubs.
Yeah.
You could have said anyone then.
Yep. Yep.
I think he's in a job with the Rabbitohs. now,
Rabbits,
isn't he?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think he might have started with us about 4 decades ago. But
He stood the test of time, Elaine Gordon.
Yes.
I remember him from Rugby League 2, maybe. So, like, the game that came out in 2005, and he was definitely playing then.
Yes. Yeah.
So, anyway, he didn't make the list either
Shout
because
out to
his name's not Corey.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 2, Corey Patterson.
Yeah, I do remember this. Came from the Knights.
Big offloading back rower from the Knights. 2014 as well. Had a brief but memorable stint at the Tigers towards the end of his NRL career.
Yeah.
Famous Tigers signing. He joined the club on a 1-year deal after returning from the Super League. So he actually went from the Knights over to the Super League and came back.
Goal kicking back rower.
He was a great player.
Yeah.
He never quite lived up to his potential. He only played 9 games and scored 1 try during his time at the Tigers. And at the end of 2014, he announced his retirement from rugby league to take up a professional boxing career, which mustn't have gone well because he ended up playing in the Super League again.
A well-worn path, that one though, isn't it?
So there you go, Corey Patterson. Number 3, 2008, 2009. Now, or former CEO of the Penrith Panthers, Corey Payne.
Yep, that's right. I think he might be former, but I do remember Corey Payne. Yep, came from the Dogs.
Yep.
Yep.
Aggressive back rower, spent 2 seasons at the club before returning to his junior club, the Bulldogs. 36 games for the Tigers between 2008 2009. This is when we were on our 2009. We were kind of on our upward trajectory towards a strong kind of finals showing in 2010 and 2011. It was a valuable acquisition for his versatility in the forwards pack. Could play anywhere, prop, front row, number 8, number 10.
This goes on.
But left at the end of 2009. He later became the youngest ever NRL club CEO at the Penrith Panthers.
Yes.
Post footy. So Corey Payne at number 3.
That was during Gus Gould's tenure, I believe. He was involved at the Penrith Panthers.
So he was part of setting them up on their dynasty that they're in at the moment.
I believe so. I wonder what he's doing now. Might have been involved in over to Woolworths or something. Don't know. However,
Woolworths?
Yeah.
Nice.
I believe. I don't know. Could be wrong there, but pretty successful straight after footy career.
One of the fresh food people.
One of the
Corey
fresh
Payne.
food people. That's
Nice
right.
work. Moving on to number 4.
Yep.
Corey Pearson. Do you remember Corey Pearson?
I don't. Initially, you might need to give me some more.
Okay, cool. I've got a 2003 signed Radisson Maine jersey that my dad won at an auction at a charity golf day.
Yep.
Paid up the wazoo for it. 2003, very good year. I think we finished 15th, 16th.
Yep.
He was a hardworking. I just remember seeing his name on there. It's like the most standout name on that jersey.
Yep.
Which is, well, let me read you the accolades of Corey Pearson, and you tell me if that's. Do you know what? Actually, Benji and Robbie's signatures on there as well. Both their debut year, so it might be worth something.
Okay.
He's a hardworking prop, Corey Pearson. He was a key member of the forward pack during the club's early years. He joined the Tigers in 2001 after playing for Balmain and St George Illawarra. He played 55 games across 3 seasons, scored 4 tries. Pretty good for a borderline bench front rower.
Yes.
He was remembered as one of the club's foundation era forwards. He's cap number 36. So obviously Tino Tavana just came in as number 305,
Yep.
Mr. Out Wide. He was number 36. Helped establish the club's joint venture identity in the NRL. He was a tough player. Tried his absolute guts out. So Corey Pearson, pretty good list so far. You must admit, Hammy.
Yeah, this is a stacked field.
Wait till you see who comes in at 05, and I reckon you could probably guess.
Corey Horsburgh.
You know,
Orange hair.
he got an honourable mention because he was linked to the club. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago when he was on the outer at the Raiders.
Yes, he was linked to the club. So unlucky not to make the list.
Yep.
Could have been there and could have actually had 5 NRL Corys in the team. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, we could only have 4 and Corey Brown. Number 05, Corey Thompson, of course. 2018 to 2020. Fan favourite utility back known for his high work rate and ability to play fullback or wing. He joined the West Tigers in 2018 after a stint in the Super League. Bit of a trend going on here, signing players for the Super League. And immediately made an impact by scoring the match-winning try in round 1 against the Roosters.
I remember
that. Tuilolo Hea, big long cutout pass over to the right wing.
He was clutch. He had a few moments like that where he scored like a match-winning try, Corey Thompson.
He played way above his weight.
Absolutely, literally.
Yeah, he just genuinely did.
He was in Origin talks for a while, wasn't he? I remember he was in such a purple patch at one point. The people talking to play Origin, I'm pretty
Maybe
sure.
when he was at Canterbury, maybe? I can't remember it. I mean, I don't want to say surely not. I couldn't picture. Although it might have been through that era of the New South Wales Blues picking your Anthony Quinns and your Steve Turners. And
I think it was for Queensland. And I think I might have the wrong Corey here. Who knows?
I mean, there's a lot of Corys in
I
there.
remember him being in a purple
Corey
patch.
Brown, maybe.
Corey Brown could have been Corey Brown.
Look, someone will comment and remind
That
me.
seems to ring a bell for me though, Matty, to be honest with you. He did have a great couple of years there for us in some pretty tough times. And then I was a little bit flat when he left and went to the Titans, to be honest. Yeah.
Mid-season.
Yes.
Another player who moved elsewhere and through their career, Ken Malmolo, Lockie Galvin, that kind of area.
The list goes on.
The list does go on. He was the club's leading try scorer in 2018. There you go. Maybe it was that year. Player of the year as well.
Yep.
Oh, second. He got second in Player of the Year.
Who won it that year, do you?
2018. Who do you reckon?
Maybe Benji? Would he have been back by then?
No, he wasn't back by then. Let's do a quick Google.
Yeah, 2018. I'm trying
That was Cleary era.
Yep. Robbie just came. Brooksy, okay.
There you go.
That era, yep.
Jeez, I watched Manly on Thursday night. I caramba. That's not good viewing.
Might be zeroing in on another barbecue soon, I reckon.
A Northern Beaches barbecue. Yeah. So there you go. The
well done.
Extensive list of Corys that have played for the West Tigers
Good
in all
stuff.
grades.
Yep.
Because we can't narrow it down to NRL when you've got players like Corey Brown and New South Wales Cup.
Yeah, banging the door down.
So Corey Thompson, Corey Pearson, Corey Payne, Corey Patterson, and Corey Brown.
Fantastic. Good stuff.
I'll take.
Let us know in the comments below. Did we miss any Corys there you would have liked to have seen?
Well, I might take a week off the top 05 next week.
That's fine. It's getting tough now. We've done a lot of the fertile ones.
A lot of retrospective ones, haven't we?
We might need to go on another train trip somewhere and get.
I liked your pivot on the Gosford. Because you know what? Nostalgia was all about getting through the tough times. And last year we had some tough times. This year I can't envision many tough times. So maybe it's more of a short-term reflection.
The tough times are over.
That's
quote
right.
Florence and the Machine.
I think it's famously the dog days are over.
Yeah. To paraphrase Florence and Michelle.
The tough times are over. Oh, that'll lift us back up right into the best segment of the show by an absolute country mile. It's raw emotion. Now, this list
Oh, God, there's
is
so
as
many.
long as the amount of Corys that have played for the West Tigers. It is a long list.
Oh, yeah. It's
Geez, you must have taken a long time out to listen to all of
absolutely.
these.
It actually took me about an hour, I reckon, to get through all these. So, yeah, I don't know really where to start. Raw emotion, for those of you that don't know, it's spelled ROAR. It's the noise a tiger makes. Make sense?
I mean, look, I remembered it by the end of last year, but now this year I can't figure out why you keep putting it on the sheet.
Yep.
You've just kind of explained.
There's
it
the
to me.
context for you. Hopefully that makes it a
Sound
little,
of tiger
little bit
makes-
clearer.
Gotcha.
Want you to send those through as a voice note on Instagram straight after the game, as ROAR as they can be, as close to the end of kickoff as you can. We've got a stacked field here. There's so many. Again, unfortunately, we're not going to get to all of them today, but I am going to go to someone who's sent a couple in this year, but we haven't got to any yet. The Depressed Tigers fan, friend of the show.
TTF.
You can just really kind of feel the energy in Depressed Tigers fan, after a famous Tigers win. So let's go to him for the new ball.
Boys, feel the energy in the pub. Feel the energy, feel the atmosphere. Are you fucking kidding me? Are we winning the comp?
Yep.
Are we winning the fucking comp? There can't be any other possible conclusion, right?
Correct.
In New Zealand, Jock Madden in the halves by 18. Like, we can't possibly lose the comp, right? Like, tell me if I'm wrong, but still.
Pretty measured there from Depressed Tigers fan, I think.
Now, Depressed Tigers fan, famous for not overreacting to results.
Yeah.
Is on the money again. If we learn, his tune is somewhat changed normally, and more in that depressed side of things rather than the jubilant side of things that he was just then. But I mean, he raises a very valid point.
Very valid point.
How do we? I mean, apart from maybe the Penrith Panthers,
Maybe. On a good day.
yeah, I don't see. We are on the podium at the moment, by the way.
I know.
Us, the Warriors, who see you later.
Yeah.
Easy win. And the Penrith Panthers are the top three. So, yeah, they're our biggest threat. Apart from that, not much else happening across the league. Melbourne Storm really, really choking the turkey as well. So,
Yeah.
I reckon we're up there.
Mate, completely agree. Good to hear from Depressed Tigers fan. Just had to get him on a week where his feedback was a little bit more broadcastable, which it was this week. He was up and about, which was good.
Yeah. No filter for the Depressed Tigers fan, that's for sure.
No, I'm going to go now to Jackson in Australia, who ironically is not in Australia at the moment. He was enjoying the game elsewhere. So I'll hand over to him to fill in the blanks.
Go, Jacko.
Boys, long-time listener, first time raw dogging it. Can't lie, feels pretty good. And coming to you from the land of the tiger, this is the rare international raw emotion. Fucking from Vietnam, where the tiger beers don't stop flowing.
Oh, nice.
And all I got to say is fucking Kia ora was the only aura that the Waz had today.
Nice.
Yeah.
So good. Had to go about 5,000 kilometres to get the W. So worth it. Go to Tigers.
Nice.
Vietnam. Good morning, Vietnam. If you're
Good
still
morning,
listening.
Vietnam, indeed. I wonder if he's in Ho Chi Minh City or Hanoi or Hoi An.
Yeah.
All some very, very nice spots. Great point again. I mean, you could feel the raw emotion. I did like the raw dogging.
Yeah, me too. ROAR, that is as well.
ROAR dogging.
Yep.
Very raw there from Jackson.
Might be a
And-
good episode title when we play the dogs
Yeah, raw dogging.
in a few weeks,
Yeah.
which would be good.
Pencil that one in. I'll write that down.
Good to hear from you, Jacko. We have had a few people kind of, check in from around the grounds. Lockie Walters didn't get to play him a couple of weeks ago. He was listening from Canada, where he's found a couple of other Tigers fans as well.
Great.
Hopefully we'll hear more from him in the next couple of weeks.
Great.
But yeah, someone we have heard from recently. In fact, I'm not even going to say who it is. I'm just going to hand over to them, and you can just enjoy their thoughts on the game.
Okay.
Tavana unana. Hey, we got Jocks dropping a Tavana unana. Hey, it's the Tide Kids boys back for another raw emotion. That's RAR. What a great win from the boys. The Mariana Trenchon show. Try Pierce Ball getting another meat
Try
pie.
Pierce Ball.
And Strap getting a try of his own. Good on you, Pookie Bear. I understand the boys are sponsored by Canterbury Clothing, but surely Nike hop on board. I mean, just do it. As they say in the Pacific Islands, Jari Umbula. Tavana unana. And go Tigers!
How good? Get around
You
'em.
boys are honestly so talented.
On fire.
Don't let, a Simon Cowell or someone hear that, because they'll be snapped up and put on show.
They
straight
will.
away.
100%.
Mate, these seats will be kept warm for those two boys. I reckon.
100%.
One day when we're
Succession planning.
100%. When we got that senior football operations role at the West Tigers.
And we're a little bit too busy for the pod.
Yep.
Yeah, the seats are here ready for them.
Well done, boys.
Just do it.
Yeah, very good.
It's a little tick shirt. Although I must say, Canterbury, haven't they stepped up? I've got the full tracksuit I invested the other day.
Yeah.
From the Raw store. 10% off at the Raw store because I'm a member as well, if you don't mind. Thanks for coming. This arrived 36 hours after I ordered it. That's the sort of well-oiled machine the team are down at the Raw store. So get in there. I think you're probably too late for the track pants. I think there are still some track tops left.
Okay.
Very happy with the kit.
And another great move from our loyal sponsor, Pepper Money.
Oh, yeah.
By just kind of
integrating
white logo, really not taking away from the design of the jacket.
On the track pants, it's a black one. On the orange background, they've done it well. Pepper
have
Money,
they?
take note other sponsors.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
It's really good stuff.
That is how you do it. All right, I'm going to go over to Starksy now.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Any relation to Tony?
Nope. Or Mitchell, spelt differently, got a K on the end. But regardless, here's his thoughts on the game.
Great.
Mort, Hammy, I'm assuming the water boy. Didn't watch a second of the game today.
Oh, no.
Possibly out of fear, but also out of obligation, family stuff. Thank God I had to put the kids to bed. We're going to win the fucking comp.
Yeah. Lucky they're in
The
bed.
Wars, no way. Can't the Tigers.
Family stuff. Great win for the club. Only point I was going to make here for Starksy, is it time to consider getting a new family if you've had to miss a famous Tigers win like that?
Also, any chance you put them to bed at 5:30
Yeah.
on a Friday? See your kids, off to bed, lock the door, put a little bit of supper in there.
Yeah.
Tigers are
over
on.
the window crack, so they got a bit of air going in. I'm with you. One to think about. Enjoy the win, Starksy, but maybe have a bit of a think there.
So this coming Monday, Starksy, Easter Monday, I think kickoff will be about 4 p.m. Kids in bed at 3:30, mate. Lock the door.
Yeah.
Job done.
Parenting 101 with Mort. All right. We've got a couple more here. Josh McCardle. Let's get over to him. I think Josh had a pretty succinct point, but worth sharing.
Nice.
Can Macassini start games with his headgear off or what?
We touched on it earlier, didn't we? That's it. 7 seconds of the best there.
Short, sharp, love it.
Yeah. Lose it, I reckon.
Yeah, I would have to agree. There must be, I think we were talking about Tallis Duncan's mum.
Yep.
Telling him he had to wear it. Maybe Macassini's got some influential person in his life telling him he has to wear headgear. But like I said, it comes off really easily. It popped off. He got tackled and it actually popped off on Friday night. So just don't do it.
Just bin it. Yep.
Yeah.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do
Shout out
it.
to Nike. All right. I'm going to go to Luke Sully, who kind of tries to explain the concept of a raw emotion to his partner who's travelling with him. She doesn't quite understand, but I'll hand over to Luke.
This will be good.
There you go. Got a raw emotion here. Walking home after a famous rugby league win for the West Tigers. Got me missus here. So we're doing a raw emotion. Do you understand it? It's ROAR, because that's actually the sound that a tiger makes. Do you get it? No. You don't get it? No, I don't. So it's actually the sound that a tiger makes. But because it's spelled ROAR instead of RAW. Anyway, Well, I'm getting there. Tino Tavana, heard it. Actually, weaponed. Starting him every week. 10-year deal at a minimum, I think. Jockstrap Madden, absolute weapon. Give him a Dalium. Tanner Boyd, never heard of him. We win the comp. We win the comp. Wow, wow, wow.
Imagine his missus there when he started growling and roaring at the at the microphone.
She would have loved it, I'm sure.
Tell you what, good to see lessons being handed out left, right, and centre
On the fly.
Yeah, because we are the most educated fan group in the NRL, and passing on that wisdom to others, including your significant others, is just a great way to be. So well done, Sully.
Yep.
Teaching the ways of the Win, Learn or Draw podcast and getting raw with us.
Mansplaining raw emotion. It's our first raw emotion mansplain that we've had. Great stuff. We'd love to hear it. Speaking of mansplaining, this one has just come through just this morning. I haven't even vetted it yet. Reece Smith, our favourite Newcastle painter.
Geez, he keeps us nervous, doesn't he?
He does, and then he just slips in there at the last minute.
Yep.
6:19 this morning, this one's come through. So
Booyaka 619. That's my Rey Mysterio fans out there.
Yes, shout out to him. All right, let's get over to Reece for his thoughts on the famous Tigers win now.
Righto. I want apology letters. I want apology emails. I want apology voice notes. I need to hear them because there was a lot of Tiger slander going on last week in the tipping world. Not one so-called expert. Back to fucking Tiggies. Smarten up, boys. Smarten the fuck up. It was always the Tigers. If we're going to take a trip down memory lane on this Monday morning at 6:19, some of the smartest rugby league brains out there in Rawdle, Win, Learn or Draw, 13 plus. When do you get hit? Quick prediction this week. We got Parramatta Seals at the Parramatta Seals. I think we will Whittley beat them Whittley 13 plus. Clip it up, Matty!
Oh, we're aligned. As usual, we're aligned.
As usual.
13 plus against the Eels. Bring it on.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not, honestly?
Yeah.
Like, what's stopping us?
No, there's literally nothing stopping us, given that we've just gone and done the business over in New Zealand. Now, our favourite painter from Newcastle did mention that maybe he might pop down on Easter Monday to go to this game. Love to hear an update there on whether he will be down.
Yep.
Be good to lock horns with him again.
Good to show him the bright lights of Parramatta.
The bright lights of Parramatta. I'd love to do that. Obviously, I owe him a few beers, but I think he bought me a beer at the Leagues Club.
Yes.
And then we had to go over to the game, so he get the chance to return that favour. Would love to do that.
I did notice at the Leagues Club they switched to plastic cups the moment him and Mikey walked in.
I think that's just a Venues New South Wales policy. Anytime those two blokes walk in, the plastic must
They're
be
here.
whipped
Get
out.
the plastic out.
23.19.
What about how they just rolled onto our table holding an ungodly amount of beers? I don't know how they both were holding so many
So good.
schooner glasses or schooner plastic cups.
Yeah.
They're a talent.
They certainly are. Oh, yes. Sorry, before we move off the raw emotions, now we didn't get one from our second Emerald this week, Backfence Brown, but he did give us a message to read out. No raw emotion from the second this week. Want to give the new boarders some could have been anythings this week, but you can let the listeners know that I won the meat raffle at the Sutton Forest Inn as Buller ran through for his first try. Backfence just keeps on winning.
Everything's coming up, Backfence.
Yes.
Well done, Backy.
Yep.
Thanks for the note,
Can
mate.
we call you Uncle Backy?
And thanks for letting others have a bit of a go. Quick shout out to those that did submit, that didn't get on.
Yep.
Again, I think there is merit in
Nathan Merritt.
AJ or Nathan Merritt? Who would you prefer on your wing?
AJ.
Correct. There's a few, and there's merit in putting them on the 05 club.
Yep.
Josh King's brother, Deck Lambert, Cooper Daniel, aka Pooper, Bill A, Lockie Walters, as mentioned, Chur Algieri from Go Media.
Yep.
Wow. Alex Shaw, Blake Davidson, Sam Tuiaki, friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
Josh Farrell, Jack G, Sean Cox, poem, we've read that. Stubbo. Oh, you're so close. You're so close to getting on, mate. Wilso25, Dan Spillane, Will Nicholson, Benji John, Jaden Taylor, friend of the show.
Yep.
All in that Marietta Trench depth of raw emotion. Right?
Absolutely. It is so deep. And in order to fit more in, I know there's a lot of enthusiasm. We love the raw emotion. If you can keep them to about no longer than the minute mark, I reckon, or about the minute mark, that gives us the best chance to fit as many in as we can.
Aim for 30, because then your dribble will get you to about a minute.
It will. It'll expand to about a minute. But love getting them through. It's an absolute pleasure to sit down and listen to them all. Once we get that 05 club up, I reckon we just let them rip. If you didn't get on the actual show proper, we'll have a place for them to all air out.
Yep, absolutely. That sounds good. Speaking of airing out, let's go off air for a little bit and go to an ad break. Okay.
Jordy, get inside.
If I can get those mid-roll ads in YouTube right there, we're set for life.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of money in YouTube advertising, I can tell you that.
Well, I'll believe it when I see it. Yeah.
So, next week.
Yep.
Eels, Easter Monday. We are outsiders.
What the hell?
What the hell?
What have they been watching?
What? Why? $2.08, outsiders. At Combank, one of our home grounds.
Yeah, the 10th. So
the 10th. It's pretty high up there too.
It is.
So I mean, I can't see us losing this really. Like, who have they? What, Mitch Moses? Mitch Moses always lifts against the Tigers because he's a little brat. But I can't see us losing this.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Well, I think this is going to be a good game. I really do. I mean, yes, the Eels lost to the Panthers on the weekend, but I reckon actually they're a decent team. Kelma Taulagi playing some good footy as well. Turned into prime Tony Carroll there a couple of weeks ago against the Broncos. But I'm very confident with what we did away over the ditch last week. Yeah, I would have thought we might have started a little bit closer in those odds, if not favourites. But yeah, it certainly won't be deterring me from tipping the Tigers up 13 plus yet again.
Yeah, now this was Win, Learn or Draw Ladies Day last year, and we didn't fare very well in the Easter Monday game last year. We obviously did beat the Eels round 2 last year, so we can beat them. We've obviously vastly improved over the off-season. Eels probably finding their mojo a little bit at the moment. Matty, what are you thinking for this particular game?
I think the Eels' defence is horrendous, and I think you might tear apart their left side.
Okay.
Honestly, I rate the Eels. I think the Eels are 2 steps away, but I don't think they're quite there yet. I think they'll come good, but there's just a few holes there at the moment. So I reckon he got them at a good time. So
down that Tino Tavana wing, I wonder if he keeps his right wing spot if we get that dispensation again, or if Skelton comes back into that spot. But
now that we've got the dispensation, is that it, or?
I think it's week by week. Yeah. It depends on how your squad's shaping up that week.
Okay.
So maybe he goes back down to Reggies this week. But either way, right side, strong side is what you're saying, Matty.
I think so, yeah. I think we saw it. Look at what Penrith did. Like, Blaze Lungy scored, Alamotti scored. Wish Toto scored for a separate reason. But
yeah, responsibly.
Yeah, no. Yeah, great call. And if we tighten up our left side defence a little bit, Macassini's getting those reps in. You want him to push out to the wing, which might happen. I don't know if Benji will mess with the 17 or the 19 that won.
Yeah.
But it's going to be...
I will say, though, they did score 20 against Penrith on the weekend, and Penrith haven't just conceded more than a try all year.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that is a good point.
It could be a bit of a shootout maybe, but we'll see. It'll be a good game. Easter Monday's always pretty good.
It's always
some great games this weekend, to be honest.
Yeah, it'll be a good weekend of footy. We're trying to make our way there somehow.
Yep.
Obviously a Parramatta home game, so
annoying.
Langy can't really pull many strings, unfortunately.
Yep. Although if there are more strings to pull this week, Langy, that have just come across your desk, feel free to pull them.
Or Hutchie.
Or Hutchie.
Maybe Hutchie knows more than
Langy. Well.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You just don't know anymore, do you?
You don't. You really don't. But either of you, if you get some free tickets, let us know. Otherwise, sure, find out. $110.
$110. Well, guess what? And I'm sure you guys already know this, but it's my birthday on Easter Monday. So any students that do see me, give me a birthday hug.
Yeah,
please.
I want to give him a couple of tickets ahead of his birthday.
Yeah, true.
That I can then take one of. Love that as well.
A couple of tickets would be nice, wouldn't it? Well, I'll see you there anyway.
Yep. Some way, shape, or form.
We'll be out the front begging if we can't get a ticket.
Enjoying the 13 plus.
Enjoy your week.
Will do. You too, mate.
It's always good to walk in the office after a win.
Yeah.
And enjoy the bloke show as well. Oh, yeah. Just make sure you're really beating that chest.
Will do. Before we do a sign off today, I did want to draw attention to one comment that you replied to a punter.
Oh yes, on the victory post.
That's right. Someone just said, "Did Cy season?" So did the Tigers just play their GF? You replied off the Win, Learn or Draw account. Tigers will play their grand final in October when the grand final is played. On that note, grand final, here we come.